You're listening to the Comic Crusaders podcast. I am your host, Al Mega, CEO of Comic Crusaders and Undercover Capes. In this show, I'm sitting down with creators from all walks of life to talk about inspiration, process, the lessons they've learned, and a whole lot more. Well, Power mi gente, it's your boy Al Mega. Welcome to a brand new Comic Crusaders podcast. And today, we talking movies, baby. Actually, positive movies, good movies, things that actually feed the spirit, baby. That's what we need. We need some good stuff out there. And today I have the honor, thanks to our homeboy, you know who that is, right? Mr. Woolsey himself, CW, Chris Woolsey, big shout out, putting this connection together about a new film, all right? It just dropped in theaters and it's going to be coming to your home over the course of this weekend, and it is called For Profit. And today I have the honor, the pleasure, to talk about this future star in the making, baby, right here. I mean, after this, I know Hollywood's going to come knocking on their door. Don't you corrupt this man, Hollywood. Don't you dare. Because this homie is a writer, a producer, a director. Let me introduce you to the one and the only Mr. Mark Stewart Iverson. Hey, what up? How you doing?
What an intro, Al. Thank you so much for having me, man.
No, thank you for coming through, man. Listen, bro, your work is awesome, inspiring. I've seen the trailer. I've read the press releases. I have not yet had the honor of watching. I can't wait till I do. However, because it is dropping this weekend, folks. For us at home, for those that didn't have the chance to watch it at a theater. So I'm excited. So, all this, folks, we're going to talk about. I have an exclusive clip that not even I watched yet. So, first impression even for me as well on that. So we're going to rock out. So with that, let's rock and roll. Mark, talk to me. Where you originally from? And a question we love to ask. What is the first thing that you ever fell in love with, in fandom?
Oh, wow. Yeah. Well, I'm born and raised in Chicago. It's where I shot For Profit as well. And I went out to UCLA for film school after that, but I spent a lot of time in Chicago and went back to make this movie. I'm a Midwestern boy. And when it comes to fandom, oh man, I'm a Superman guy. I grew up on Superman. It's that Midwestern blood, right next to Kansas. And, I was a huge fan of the movies, especially growing up, and then got into the comics as well. But yeah, DC guy, but Superman has always been my jam. Yeah, I love me some Clark Kent, and just that story has always spoken to my heart a lot. And I'm, I've gotten into Marvel and stuff more recently with all the films and the success there. But yeah, I grew up a DC guy, and Superman was my jam growing up for sure.
All right, so you see, we're speaking this into existence, So Mark Stewart Iverson will be someone involved in a possible Superman project in the future. You'll see.
I love it.
Bringing the positive energy like you did with this film, and that is Superman as well. That goodness, that positive energy. You know what I mean? That good.
Yeah.
Spirit. I mean, that's a very big part of what Superman is. Even though he's an alien, he understands more what humanity is than humans do.
I hear that. Yes, absolutely. And that's true. That's one of the things I think has been missing from a lot of the Superman stuff recently is that positivity. Is that because that's what Superman's all about, is he's always saving people, helping people, wanting to bring positive light into the world. And that has always rung true for me ever since I was a kid.
You know what, guys? He's wearing glasses. He doesn't even need them. He just wants to feel like Clark Kent as he does his stuff. That's what it is. So, all right. So, talk to me about then your creative journey. So, you say you say LA or you're a fan of Superman, but how did you start picking up a camera? What happened? What was the day like? What sparked the interest?
Sure. Yeah. So, I started writing in high school. We had a really great English program at our high school, and super blessed with great teachers, and they all just really, it doesn't matter what medium it was, but they always encouraged us to express ourselves through words. I started just writing. I started writing poetry. I started writing all kinds of stuff, and I was in a class at sophomore year of high school, and we had to do a fake commercial. So I got with my buddies and we did this fake commercial. I had
What high school you're in? You had a media class like that over there?
Yeah. So we
I
were.
mean, New York in my classes never offered me no media class like that. I'm telling you right now, jeez.
Well, it was in the English class that we did the fake commercial, but we also there was a film studies class that I took as well when I was a
Look at
senior. It
this.
was really cool. They had a
Love.
lot of great classes. My high school was fantastic. I mean, I'm just super blessed. But those teachers were just so encouraging. And when I made that commercial, I ended up being the videographer. I kind of edited. It was the first time I ever looked at digital editing. It was a DV. Video
What
camera.
era we're talking about? I mean, I don't want to, blow up your age and all, but like, what era we're talking about in the technology being used?
Oh, it was a high 8. You remember those
Oh my
high
God,
8
he
cameras?
said high 8. Holy crap!
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh yeah, back in the day, those were good. Yeah, before mini DV. Before mini DV was those high 8 tapes.
yes.
Yeah, so we were shooting on those guys. Yeah, those were fun, and we would do. I would kind of edit it almost reel to reel, like tape to tape. But then I started to finally had some digital software I was using. But I had so much fun doing that fake commercial with my friends, and I was writing on the side and doing all this stuff too, being encouraged to express myself. I just got an idea. I got an idea for this. And movie ended up being about 40 minutes long, and it was like a romantic comedy kind of thing. And I just wrote it, and I had my friends in mind who were really funny and really good actors, and I directed it, and I was one of the actors in it, and I edited it, and I got some buddies to help shoot it when I was on camera, and I finished it. That was the thing, is I finished it. I started it and I finished it and I accomplished it. I actually had screenings of it. I made DVDs of it. It was something that it wasn't just an idea that I kept working on for years. It was like I started it, I finished it, I showed it, and that really meant the world to me, because I realized, and everybody reacted to that as well. It's like, you actually made this thing. It wasn't just, with film, like other mediums, even comic books, you can kind of do it yourself, if you can illustrate and write. But with film, you have to get a team. And so it takes time, it takes some money, it takes a lot of effort, blood, sweat, and tears. And I did it. And I was 16 years old and I accomplished it. And from there, I just couldn't stop. I made a feature film, my first illegitimate feature film when I was a senior in high school, a year and a half later. And that too was just really a big accomplishment for myself, where I was like, oh, wow, I can do this. I have the gumption. I have the energy and the know-with-all to start and complete these projects, which is a big deal in filmmaking. Even creatives, even very good creatives, they have a lot of projects they'll start and putter around and blah, 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 blah. It takes a lot of effort to produce and finish.
You're my 461st interview. So think about that. How many people have told me this where, well, I've been working on this project for over 10 years. I will shelve it, bring it back, shelve it, but now's the time. And like,
right.
I totally get it. And it's something that's just common. And to see creative, it's okay to even do that. But again, if you want to be like Mark, like, yo, I'm a get it done type of dude, like, yo, I'm doing it now. Exactly. And that's also great too, because again, if you have that energy, heck yeah, go for it.
Yeah, no, right. And and you're absolutely right. It's like, there's a lot of people out there. There's a lot of talk. And it's the action that matters. Even when I say this all the time when it comes to any kind of medium, any kind of artistry, but like, talent's great. Talent's important. You got to have talent. Absolutely. Skills, craft, very important. If you don't have the perseverance, if you don't have that ability to sweat and to get that sweat equity and to really put in the work, you're not going to get there. That's what's going to get there more than talent. Unfortunately, like, everybody's got a lot of great talent, and that's wonderful, but you have to actually finish what you start, accomplishing, show things out into the world, and move forward.
Yeah, the same thing in the comic book world. And they say, hey, I want to be a writer. You can't bring them a script if you want to be a comic book person. You got to bring them, hey, I got an artist. Let me bring you, look at this product that me and my artist created.
Yeah, exactly.
Because again, word is nice, but they need that visual. And this is why, movies across a different medium, you bring in the visual. So how did you going on over UCLA help you, in your craft?
Oh, that was amazing. I knew, Midwestern boy, I really wanted to get out to the coast and learn filmmaking. I wanted to get to New York or LA. And And LA was calling me. I had a little bit of family out there, and obviously the weather was a lot better. And then I got into UCLA, and I was like, all right, let's go. Let's make it happen. But, I think a lot of reason why I got in there is because I was already making a lot of my own stuff, and I had a reel already. I had projects I had accomplished. But when I got there, I concentrated in the screenwriting program, which was amazing. They have an incredible screenwriting program at UCLA. They do great at production. They do great at a lot of things. The business school is great, the film business school, but the screenwriting is world class. I would put it up against any other program in the world when it comes to screenwriting. And so I was able to, it was really good. So I had great teachers. I finished 3 feature screenplays while I was there. And from there, I just kept, doing my own stuff on the side at UCLA. I actually got into a comedy sketch group. And we did a big show every year. And it was just, UCLA is a big school. So there's a lot of funny kids, a lot of funny actors, a lot of young talent. We all got together and just were making these incredible parody videos and fake commercials and, all these kinds of things early on with digital video as well, and early on in YouTube. And we were getting big 50,000, 75,000 hits on YouTube, which were like ginormous hits at the time.
Oh, of course, absolutely. Happy days, you get that much.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, big time. We were going viral, with 100,000 views. And so, but I really cut my teeth there when it comes to working with actors, when it comes to writing comedy, when it comes to producing in every aspect of it, because I was editing, I was shooting, I was directing, I was writing, I was acting in a lot of stuff. So I really understood the whole process in doing that. And then with the screenwriting in my more formal film school classes, the two combination was just such a great learning experience for me when I was out there at UCLA, and I really honed my craft.
Wonderful. Did you bring any of those individuals that you built any closest with, at UCLA into, what is now this dope movie? Did you make this right after that, or did you do something prior and then started working on this baby?
So I was doing this comedy sketch group at UCLA, and then that group got a web series going right after college. So that became my big project when I was in my early 20s. We did 46 episodes of that. That actually was called Dorm Life. It was a really great show. It was on Hulu, and it was on Hulu, and it was their #1 web series actually for I want to say 8 years or something like that. It was
web series.
Yeah, right. Back when they called it web series, back when they were questioning, are people going to watch more than 10 minutes online?
Yeah, you had no idea.
Yeah, right. I had no idea. But we were one of those first viral hits. We were one of those first shows that was like, oh, okay, this could actually work online. Right. And it worked out really, really well creatively. We had control of it, and we had some good producers, and it was a wonderful project to be a part of. So it was kind of my grad school. And but when that ended, we tried to make it into like a quote unquote regular television show, and we couldn't move the needle that way. And so when that ended, I realized I need to make my own film. I need to go back to my roots, which was I always wanted to make feature films. And I knew I needed to do it my way and find my voice as a director. That was a group project comedy. Dorm Life wasn't great, but I needed to find my voice. And so I set forth in my late 20s and into my early 30s to make my own feature film. And I raised the money, wrote a bunch of different scripts. And finally, this was the one that popped, and this is the one that the money started to really come and it was one of those things where just with film, there's so many times where a few things can click and it moves forward, and that's great, and then it just stops, but the films that actually get made are the ones that just have a supernatural thing behind them, an energy behind a spirit behind it that are just
like a steamroll. When they tell me, I've spoken to a lot of also directors and producers. When I ask them how long it take you to film, 2 nights, 2 days. We stood overnight and just kept up and filming, red lights, this, that, the other. I'm like, oh my God, are you serious? When you see the film, you're like, this took you 2 days? This is insane.
Yeah,
so much amazing talent out there. But you're saying that, you redid, like how many years did that take for you to finally be happy with what you wrote in order to go ahead and finally move forward in creating the baby?
Yeah, I mean, I wrote a couple other scripts that didn't end up working out for whatever reason. Couldn't find the money. Couldn't. A lot of people didn't like some of the other scripts. But then with this one, with For Profit, I'd say almost 2 years I worked on the script. I ended up taking 10 drafts. And so I took my time. I really wanted to make sure that we had a story that was compelling, that was working as a narrative, that had great characters, that the jokes were working, that the arcs were working for every character. I mean, it took time. I got a lot of notes, a lot of feedback. I really wanted to make sure the film worked as a film, because, you know, the film has a lot of comedy and a lot of spiritual stuff, a lot of faith stuff. And so it was one of those things where you can sometimes rely on and just fall back on genre elements, you know, whether it's horror or action or faith, and people just kind of rely on that. It's like, all right, we'll have good action there and we'll have some horrifying moments here. But I really wanted to make sure that I didn't rely on the genre elements, that I wanted to have a great film first and foremost, with great characters and a really tight script. And so I took my time. Like I said, 10 drafts, you know, I really wanted to make sure that it was working.
Look at that. And folks, guess what? I have the trailer that I'm about to show you. And I'm also, if you look at the, you know, the corner right above me, do you see that? I mean, obviously, you know, that 10th draft has been a boss. And that's why we got that movie. Look at those awards and that journey, baby. Let's check out the For Profit official trailer, baby. Wepa!
It is your path, your journey, your prophecy.
I don't want to be a prophet!
Damon, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Kenny.
Let's get down to business. Tell the folks.
Idiot! We're family, you and I, all right? People shove these in your mailbox. Do you read them? You're really awkward, you know that?
You support defunding the crisis shelter.
They lost state funding years ago, federal decades ago.
The Archangel Raphael descends for you, Damon.
You sinner! Good morning, Joaquin. Oh, is this warm? I have been sent by the Most High in the name of the Son of Man.
I don't believe in God, okay?
You have been, recruited, scouted, drafted for the army of the Most High. You have been chosen to save Mount Zion from destruction. Can I get an amen?
Corruption, embezzlement, collusion.
Mayor Owens?
The night is always darkest before the
Dawn.
dawn.
You need to tell your wife about
I know you're struggling with your faith,
No,
but
babe, I'm not struggling. It's gone. What about what I just said on the radio? I mean, is any of that true?
He thinks he talks to angels.
And everybody thinks I'm bonkers. What do you want from me?
It is your path, your journey, your prophecy.
You're lying!
I don't want to be a prophet.
You must have faith. Good morning, Joaquin.
Man, I'm digging it. You see that? It definitely had me smiling throughout on that trailer. Every time I watch it, I laugh. It has this funny moments already. So talk to me, Mark. I mean, are you also, you know, of the faith yourself, and it kind of helped inspire the story that you're writing here?
Yeah, absolutely. So I grew up in the church and kind of fell away from it in college and early 20s, but slowly and surely I got back into my faith. And you know, I'm a filmmaker first and foremost, though. You know, I'm not trying to push a message. I'm not trying to convince anybody of anything.
Just because of the message, because it's
Of
a
course.
beautiful thing, not for nothing. You know what I mean? But of course, you're talented overall. Because I mean, your cast here, bro, and your writing is just funny.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, but it's one of those things where I made a choice because, you know, like I said, with genre filmmaking, a lot of times with your first feature film, especially when you want to be a director, it's a smart choice usually to pick a genre that could work within a commercial aspect. A lot of first-time directors will do like a psychological thriller they can do for cheap, or they'll do a horror film, or they'll do something else that they're really good at, you know, comedy. For me, I was like, well, I can do comedy, but I also have faith. And so I think I could actually work within this faith genre that unfortunately most faith films aren't funny, aren't very well done, don't have great acting, don't have fantastic production value.
Preach, brother.
Yeah, so it's one of those, I was like, you know what? I think I can bring my filmmaking to this genre and elevate it a little bit and really focus on story and character and quality and make sure, and comedy. You know, I mean, like I said, I did comedy for about 10 years. That's kind of where my bread and butter was for a while, and I could bring the comedy to this genre that could definitely use some lighthearted things. So
yes, they can.
Yeah.
Yes, they can. Talk to me about you building that cast. Like, where did you meet everybody? Like, as you were making this baby, where did you find your cast? You know, were these friends? Were you just, you know, out there putting newspaper ads? You know,
oh yeah, just all in the newspaper ads. That'd be great. No, yeah. So we, a couple of them were people I'd worked with, like on that web series. The girl who plays the Archangel Raphael in the film, her name is Valentina Garcia. Incredible actress. She pops off the screen. She's so amazing as the angel.
In chemistry, folks. We don't know.
Yeah. Yes. She's been in tons of TV. She's been tons of commercials. But I knew her from my web series. She was in the second season of my web series, and I just always loved working with her, and so I wanted to work with her again, and so I went ahead and cast her in the angel role here. When it comes to the other roles, a lot of them came from my producing partner Enrico Natali. Enrico Natali is also the demon. He plays the demon. He's a great actor producer, and he brought on Eddie Jemison, who plays the mayor, who's been in tons of stuff. He was in Ocean's 11 series, the Ocean's 11, 12, and 13. He's been in Chicago Med. He was on Broadway. Incredible actor. Eddie Jemison plays the mayor. And then we got super lucky with Takia Crystal Kama, who plays the mom in the film, who plays Sharon Fisher in the film. She actually reached out to via Actors Access to us. Because she heard about the script and was like, I want to read this script.
We don't know she's from That's So Raven. All right, come on, people, wake up. Come on.
That's right. She was in the Cosby Show. She was in Living Color. She's a incredible actress.
Yeah, she's been around. Really.
Yeah, she knows what she's doing. So it was one of those things where we just built this beautiful cast together, and it worked out really, really well. And I'm just so proud of my cast. And Burt Belasco too. Burt Belasco plays the DJ Keddy Randy, and he was a good friend of Enrico Natali's as well. Unfortunately, Burt, sad story, he passed away during post-production. Yeah, so it was a real heartbreak for the cast, for the crew.
How was that, having to deal with that? You know,
it was difficult.
So
thank the Lord that we shot everything with him, but you know, and this is his final screen performance. You know, this is his final film, and it's an incredible performance he gives. He's an absolute. He was a godsend to the film. I mean, he elevated that character. He elevated the script. We worked so well together. He had big faith himself, so he understood what I was trying to do with the story, and it was a godsend to have him in the film. And we all miss him very much, but we're also really proud of his performance. We're proud of the movie to make sure that people get to see his final performance. You know.
That's a beautiful thing, folks. In a little bit, I'm gonna show you an exclusive clip. You know, thank you, CW, for hooking that up. CW as in Chris Woolsey, right, on the channel. The king of the streams himself, right? I want to show that off in just a moment. But bro, yeah, this is a wonderful movie. I love the inspiration. You know, folks, I've been showing this off. Again, I'm gonna keep pushing this because you guys gotta peep this. So you guys gotta stay tuned. Please follow my homie on X at MSI_films, right? Then you go to Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok, and then follow For Profit Film. Okay, and profit, not money, all right, guys? It's
right.
POPHET, okay, not money, all right. The other one. This is a wonderful film. It's fire. It's good. It's a family flick. It's funny. You know, I'm really excited about this. I really can't wait to watch it. Thanks for doing something like this. Now, before I show off that exclusive clip, and thank you, my phone has to all the things that happen. Thank God the screen is strong. Anyway, tell me the story of the bromance though, between yourself and your producer partner. Like, how did you guys even meet? How did you pitch the idea? And then all of a sudden you're like, I know so many people that want to do this. Like, how did that even happen?
Enrico Natali, great producer, great actor. He's a really wonderful guy too. I knew him from Chicago people. He was from Chicagoland area, and he went to Illinois State University. They had a great theater program there. I knew a lot of the people that he went to school with. And so we were just in the same circles for many years, and we were trying to get some projects going, talking about different things here and there. And then this one came along, and his expertise is producing feature films, and this is his 22nd feature film that he produced.
Oh wow! His 22nd, your first.
my first as a director. Yeah, my first as a director, and his 22nd as a producer. That's his bread and butter, is producing features. And so that's what I wanted to bring him on for, is his expertise. And we, like I said, tried to work together before, but then this came along. It just worked out really well. He had great thoughts on the script. I thought of him as an actor for the demon role. And I thought he'd be perfect for that. And he was able to, he had a lot of history in line producing. So he really helped with the budget and the schedule. Nice. Yeah, us together, we're just a great team. We actually got my next film right now. He's a producer on as well. So it's a relationship that has really, really fostered into some great things. And I'm really excited to continue to work with him. He's a fantastic filmmaker.
Oh, beautiful. And folks, here we have an exclusive clip again, just for us, for the Crusader family, baby. Check it out. For profit exclusive. Woo, check it out. Epa!
What's going on?
The Archangel Raphael is dictating to me as we speak. The Archangel Raphael is.
Do you believe in God? Yeah?
I definitely do. Yeah. What's going on, man?
Do you need an energy boost? I'm here if you need it.
Would you believe me if I told you an archangel sent me here?
Raphael.
The Archangel Raphael.
Raphael. Archangel?
She's dictating to me right now.
What is with the she? I is a non-binary seraphim prophet.
Well, she looks like a what? Okay, I'm sorry, but the angel, the Archangel Raphael, is dictating to me and told me about your
Monica. It's Monica.
Monica.
Oh, Damon. I want to throw you out. And I want to listen more. I want to hug you. And I want to punch you in the face.
I'm dying. I love the honesty of that one scene right there. Oh my God, because heck yeah, bro. Like, I don't know whether to slap you or hug you, bro.
Yeah. And that's Burt Belasco right there as DJ Kenny Randy. His performance, like I said, is just, it's mind blowing. It really is fantastic. And I'm not just saying that because we lost him. I'm saying that because it's his greatest performance, his final performance, and that scene too continues on, and that's one of the most powerful scenes in the film.
It's definitely funny as heck. A big RIP, man. But this is great, man. So what's going on? So it premiered in theaters, right? How'd that go? And talk to people like how soon we could get it to watch it at home and how.
Yeah, so it played in theaters across the country last month. We premiered in theaters on June 21st in 11 theaters across the country in 6 states. Nice. And it was a blast. It was amazing. I mean, we had great turnouts, great reactions. I was on cloud nine. I mean, to be a filmmaker and have your first directorial effort and a feature film make it to theaters was just an absolute blessing. I mean, I was so excited. The whole team was so excited. All the actors, all the crew, everybody. We just couldn't believe that we got into theaters, and it was such a wonderful run. We were in most theaters for only a week, but some of them they picked us up for 2 or 3 weeks, which was really cool too, which is not typical for a smaller film like this. Yeah, so we definitely did well. We didn't beat Inside Out 2, unfortunately, but that's okay. That's okay. That was a $1 billion grosser there.
Listen, man, it's all right. They did what they did, but for you to actually have time at a theater, that much time, you know, given, I mean, for me, that's a beautiful and positive win to go to showcase that they believed in the product, and not just the product, but obviously the creative team. Hey,
absolutely.
You must feel like a boss, like, hey. I'm sure I'd be so proud again. And how about winning all these different awards? I mean, as you put it out, how did you feel about that? I mean, what was the first one, and what was that moment like for you?
Yeah, we did really well at the festivals. Yeah, we did about a little over a year run at the festivals, and we cleaned up. I mean, we did a lot of the faith festivals, but a few secular ones as well. And it felt great to get recognition. It felt great to see it in front of a lot of different types of audiences. The first one was the International Christian Film Festival that we did in Florida, and that's like the big faith film festival. And we got 3 nominations there, official selection, fantastic reviews there. But we also did, like, there's 3 or 4 secular festivals that we crushed it as well. There's one the Las Vegas International Film Festival. We won Best Actress. Valentina Garcia won Best Actress, and we won Best Faith Film because they do by genre. So we won that genre. But then Valentina won Best Actress across all genres.
Hey!
So we got recognition for our cast against dramas and thrillers and comedies. And exactly, like, it was one of those things where it's like, this film is working not just for a sliver of an audience. This is working as a film. And
again, when the movie is wholesome and it's fun, and you're not, again, making a fun flick. And I think in the trailer and in the exclusive clip, I think you could tell how much fun you're having with the script, just and how that moment was. Because somebody told me what he told me. I'm like, yeah, bro, get out of my leave right now, bro. I think you're crazy, bro. You're bugging.
I know, yeah.
And that whole thing. Is she? No, how dare you? That's hysterical. All right, the Archangel.
Yeah. Well, that too. Like, we had a lot of fun with the theology of it too. The angels are genderless, so we played into that joke of being like, no, she's not a she because angels are genderless. Like, so just playing that joke, but it's also biblical. So we had a lot of fun with the layers of the script. And that's why, I took, like I said, a lot of drafts. I wanted to make sure it was layered. I wanted to make sure there were things that were not just surface level stuff, that you could make you think about things and make you really feel things and really understand and want to discuss things, about faith, about life, about family, all that kind of stuff. But the actors had so much fun with the script. They brought a lot to the script, every single one of them. I worked with them one-on-one with their roles, with their lines, with their scenes, making them better and better and better all the time. And that's the kind of filmmaker I am. Like, I'm just so collaborative. I want to make sure that the characters, that the scenes, that the film in general is working to its absolute best. That I don't want it to just be, well, no. It has to be this way because I thought it this way 10 weeks ago in my head. So it has to be this way. No. It's a collaborative thing right now in the moment with the actors. What's working the best? What's happening?
Absolutely.
And so it was just a really great creative experience for everybody.
Oh man, I can't wait to see what else you bring into the game, Mark.
Thank you, sir.
God. All right, so people are going to get to see this film this week. Where?
So we are dropping on VOD the July 26th, so this Friday, and we're going to be on all the big digital on-demand platforms, mainly Amazon, Google, iTunes, Apple Play, Vimeo, Vudu, and then in the UK we're going to be on Sky as well. So it's going to be US, Canada, and the UK. We're dropping on on digital, and then for the US and Canada, we're also going to be on your local cable box. So whether it's Comcast, Spectrum, Cox, whatever your local cable is, check it out because it'll be on demand there as well.
Oh, that's awesome, man. You gonna do any special events anywhere yourself, your cast, like any theaters or anything going on for the home premiere, or just gonna live tweet or something? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, we're pushing it on socials. We're pushing it out online. We're going to start doing some more screenings and stuff. We did so many screenings with the theatrical release. We did so many live screenings there. So now it's like, okay, you can watch it at home now with your family. Get a group together. Get your family together. Get your friends. Get your church youth group, and watch it.
I have an idea for you, man. You should stream it from a church and get church reaction. Have fun. Make a day of that, but at a church, if they're willing to cooperate from your local town, like, got a faith-based movie, let's make an event of it.
Yeah, we're in talks right now with a bunch of different places to do some more screenings, churches and other venues, do some fundraising as well. One of the main themes in the film is that there's a homeless shelter being closed by the town, and they're taking away funding from it. And so what we've done also with local, especially in Chicagoland, where we shot with local organizations, is partner with them to try to raise money for different organizations for mental health, for homelessness, for things like that. Because the themes of the film are just, it's really the community building, and that's such a big theme in the film, and the lack of community in certain towns, and how towns are getting corrupt and crumbling, and trying to come back together with not only your family, but your friends, your communities, your groups, your churches, your organizations, and try to really rectify these issues we're having socially nowadays. And so we've been partnering with a lot of organizations, doing a lot, and we're going to do more of those kind of screenings and help raise money for organizations. Yeah.
Keep doing that wonderful thing. I only went to Chicago once, but I happened to see a tent city. I was like, oh my God, that's crazy. So we got to help our fellow citizens in America, please. We got to do better for our people, for sure, in this country. And, there's a lot of us that need help. Times is hard for everyone, I understand, but let's take care of home first, please. Very important, because right, you gotta love yourself before you love anyone else, right? So let's take that as a country, like, let's take care of this country first before we try to take care of anyone else as well. Please. I'm just saying, not trying to get political, just about love. And like, I see so many problems, our vets, women, children. It's just, we could do so much better just as a nation. And I hope that, I don't know what's going to happen this year with the elections. For me, none of these people really care about us. I just feel that there's a miracle somewhere that could help us.
I feel you, man. It's, and I don't, that's the thing. My film doesn't get, it's a lot about corruption in politics, and it's a lot about the social issues and homelessness and all these themes and stuff, but it's not political in the sense of like left or right. It's just, this is reality,
Exactly. Look what we're going through. Open your eyes. That should not even have a shade of politics to it. It's empathy,
exactly.
Compassion. Let's feel for our people, regardless of what side you're on, and let's help who's here.
Right. 100%. I agree with you 100%. Yeah, and that's what I really try to do with the film. Is really try to reach people's hearts, and not so much their political mindsets, which is so crazy these days, but really just try to touch people's hearts, because that's where it matters. If you touch people's hearts, that's where change can happen.
Absolutely, bro. Boom. There's why Chris connecting us. We're definitely on that level. I mean, just positivity, love, good energy. That's what we need in the world. That's why the movies bring into the game right here for profit, which, folks, again, you're going to be able to see this weekend, dropping the 26th on Friday. So no excuse. I know many of you get paid. If it's on that, pay-per-view, PPV, you know what I mean? Get it done. Get it done. Watch the film. You won't regret it. Something that you're going to love. And it's a family movie. All right. So, bring your kiddos on this. Have a nice, beautiful family night, just like back in the day. You know what I mean? And just chill on the couch and, stream and chill, if you will, differently. All right.
There you go.
So with that, please follow my homie on X, on Facebook, on TikTok. I got all the links below. I got the movie link below. I got everything below. Please show love for amazing filmmakers like this, and stay tuned for what he's doing, because I know this man's gonna be a future legend, and you want to stay in tune whatever he's gonna be at. Check out the website at forprofitfilm.com. Mark, thank you so much for hanging out with me and my Crusaders that were tuning in. Thank you for tuning in, hanging out. You know what I mean? I appreciate you guys. Much love. Hasta la próxima. I'm Al Mega, and I'm out. Bye. Thank you for listening to the Comic Crusaders podcast. If you like the content, please subscribe and turn on notifications. Also, please visit ComicCrusaders.com and our extended podcast family over at UndercoverCapes.com. And also, make sure to download the Comic Crusaders app on the Google Play Store today.